You need an invite up on stage just in case.
I was going to say, could you pull them up as well, please?
Well, either way, I'll invite you to speak. If you don't want to accept it, you don't have to accept it. I'll close the server at 10 past, mate.
Okay, perfect.
Well, not close, lock it actually, because if I close it, then the server shuts down.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that might be a bit of an issue.
I'm trying to get used to the new tripod system on that game.
Data, do me a quick favour and just a staff announcement about being in the VC. Luminous, do me a favour and just
Also, SRP regulations
leave your
still
tag
apply.
on.
I can see someone that's got a bone leg. Can you change that before I get moderation to kick you out of here?
Courtney.
Lumi, can you just help crack down on the unrealistic avatars, please?
Lock it now, Data, because it's full anyway. So we'll do 5 past it's full.
Yeah, that's fine. Just put a notification.
I'll just ping you.
Don't ping. No, don't ping. Just say server's
No,
been locked.
no. I'll ping you when I need it closed or anything.
Oh, I've already disabled it.
No, but to close
Oh,
the server at the end.
The
At the
server.
end.
Oh, I thought you meant. Sorry.
No.
Right.
Right.
I'm just going to quickly make sure everyone's here.
Yeah,
The
I'll
chief
start this.
superintendent in front of me, jump.
Hizzy 2010. Turn around. Perfect.
No, okay, okay. So that proves. Okay, no, you're not. Julia,
LAPD officer jump.
12:10, face me and jump.
Tony Marco put a head on and also turn around.
Turn back around, 12:10. Thank you. Jump once. Thank you. Leo, jump twice.
Tony jump once.
Thank you. Gamer, spin once. Gamer Michael 6666, spin once, please.
Res lineup.
Come back to them. Elias, jump twice. Can the RMP captain, standing in front of me, jump twice?
Okay. There's gonna get kicked. Alright, Res, jump once. That's not very good. Okay, unfortunately, mate, I really need you to be in the stage, so you can either leave on your own accord or I'll get Lunas to kick you. Huh? Yeah, you know what? Yeah. With your permission, sure. I feel like Data.
Well, with your permission, just start shooting someone.
Yeah, I just shot a guy. Gaming, jump. Alex, turn around. Alex, turn around.
Lummy, jump once. Thank you. Elias, jump twice. Thank you, Elias. Mark 1000, can you jump once, please? Thank you. Messi, spin twice.
Alex, jump
Thank you.
once.
I don't know how to spell your username.
Courtney, turn around.
Spin once.
Danny, jump once.
Thank you.
Danny, jump once.
Mad, jump once. Thank you.
Danny, jump once.
Jonas, jump twice. Jonas, jump twice. Jonas _Moran, can you spin twice?
Danny, jump once.
Okay, so he's not in the server. World class pilot, spin once.
Oh, I was going to get someone to kick him anyway.
World class pilot, spin once.
Danny, jump once.
Okay.
Okay.
Bez, jump once. Thank you.
Okay. Real boy, jump once.
Gold, DD Doom, spin twice.
Real boy, jump once.
AZRT, whatever, key jump once. Channeling in front of me, key jump once, please.
Otti Kiffy,
Okay.
jump, turn around. Okay, perfect.
I don't know how to spell this using no Furious 2021. Key jump once, please.
I will need you on Civ, Jar Jar, but I'll need you unwanted, so come back and I'll auth you.
Alaska,
Okay, Danny, jump once.
where have you gotten to in terms of checking who's in
I
stage
got up to
one?
Courtney. Danny, jump once. Okay, someone kick Danny for me. I checked the LAPD officer. Gaffney, jump once. Ayez Tara, turn around. Perfect. Mac Wolf, jump once. No, jump once.
Mac, I'll give you the HK instead.
What? How come he gets a HK? Oh wait, you're gunning. Oh, you mean you're gunning him down? Typist, jump once. Perfect. Did you get up to here, Data?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, the two channel link and who is it? Jonas and World Class Pilot haven't responded to my requests. You can double check them if you want.
No, I trust you. Can we also kick out Danny? Oh wait, I think they might have left.
Right, I'm going to ask again for these two. World Class Pilot, jump once. One more time. World Class Pilot _1, jump once.
Oh, Data, put on your tag. He's telling you to go back in the line. Captain, respectfully, that's my boss. Genuinely. Okay. I really. Sorry. I need you in the stage, Jonas. Otherwise, you can't be here. Oh my god. Can you just kick those, Data, if you're happy that they're not responding? Then
Are they not responding to you?
I didn't ask, but I trust you, Data. I don't need to double check yours. If you're not happy with them being in the stage, then I trust it. Oh, sorry, Jar Jar. There you go.
EEAZRT. Double check. Q, please spin once. Nope, okay.
Sorry, Gilney.
I'm going to be typing.
No, I
something.
just can't take you seriously.
I've checked you three, haven't I? Reply in text, please.
Pretend I was really good and I have a HK. Yeah. Oh, take that. Oh, there we go. Look, that's what happens.
Mr. Reiku, have I checked you?
Bez, I know, is the content creator who wants
Jump
to do
once if
something,
I
so
have.
they're fun.
Thank you. World class pilot. One more chance.
They're,
Are you
they're,
in the
they are
stage?
they are apparent they are in the stage, but they can't hear us apparently.
Oh, you are.
So,
Jump once if you are.
but they can't hear us. Oh, you do hear us now. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay.
I literally just checked the stage chat.
What do you mean you're on stage manager?
What?
Is that your Discord user? Oh no, I can see you there now.
No, he's there on my iPad.
Right, Jonas
Oh,
Morin.
okay.
Jonas Morin, please spin once.
Data, you're about to get you'll get reported by this guy.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Captain, jump
I'm not
once.
fast.
Captain jumps once. Okay, kick him. He unrealistic avatar, and he's not on the stage. Luminous, if you'd like to do the honors, just put events kick next to it or something.
Just put
The
the reason. Just put in the
the
reason not in stage or something
channel
like
link there, the channel link. Bez, I don't think you exactly have perms to kick people.
that. I don't know if I've. Oh, it's these two here. Oh, I'm getting sore throat. Lovely. Gamer Michael 666. Jump once, please.
Thank
No.
you, Luminous. Alright, everybody else has been checked.
No, let me. I have to double check everyone again because new people have started to come in.
That's why I got so weird up there.
Leo,
Anthony,
jump once.
I can see you're in the stage, so you're
Okay.
fine.
Elias,
Oliver, jump
once.
once. Oliver,
Okay.
jump once. And TLM, turn around. TLM, jump once. Nada. Jule or Julie, I don't know. Jump once. You are muted. You can't speak in the stage.
Can't
And
speak in the
Leo, jump
stage. We
once.
just need you to confirm if you're in the
Perfect.
stage or not. As per the request, can you either jump once or spin once?
I'm down in events team as well because Anas was going to join, but his teeth hurt too much because of the braces. So I told him to get off.
The negativities of going to the orthodontist.
Yeah. No one server deafened in the thingy.
Unless you're fighting that, no, because only myself, Inno, and a few others can do that. No one else can.
Yeah. I mean, I can't. Boring.
No, because you're events members. You wouldn't be doing the Discord moderation if you were.
Sigh. But like when Anas was yapping, I just want to server mute him. Alright,
Hmm.
TLM, can you jump once? Perfect.
Splendid.
Oh
Are you
my
happy with everyone
lord.
here then?
That was a lot of lag, but yes. I'm happy with that. It hopefully I'm aiming to finish in about an hour and a quarter to an hour and a half.
If
Oh,
you need,
sorry.
if you need,
Cheeky, turn around. There we go.
if you need me and just for either moderation wise or general police knowledge wise, well,
Yeah, I'll
Liamy's
scream
here,
at you.
but maybe probably in the more civil side of things, just give me a shout.
Yeah, I'll scream at you.
Okay.
Bez,
No worries.
ask to get a HK. Ask to get a HK for real.
Courtney got kicked. She has access to the Motosis server anyway. She can still join
Yeah,
back.
Courtney can get back anyway. Yeah, Data's HK. The gun that can kill anyone. Get, shoot him in the arm. Give him a debilitating injury.
Shoot him in the arm with pleasure.
There we go. There you go. Just once. Don't want to hurt too bad.
No.
Just enough to not get yourself arrested. Mac, you've been shot like 3 times. It's okay.
Make this number 4.
Right. Does everyone want to squeeze down a little bit so we've not got these like 5-mile gaps between everyone down this end?
Right, I'm going to leave you to it. Have fun, guys.
Okay.
Hope you get some
I'll see.
decent policing knowledge here. If you're here, if you've
Decent.
already
Rude.
if you've already been here before on one of these trainings, then you know the drill. Just listen and do something whilst you're doing this training. Right, right. Alaska.
Right. I'll give you a ping if I need anything.
Right, Norris. Have fun, guys.
See ya. Okay. Right. Everybody's been checked. That bit's done. Pissy 2010B, that's fine. Right. First thing, so I presume everyone knows what we're going through. So we're going through game regulations, use of force, how to properly handle primary and secondary jurisdiction. And then for laws and for the roleplay topics, we're going over laws, stop and search, arresting procedures, and proper usage of firearms. Right. Who's just pinging me in stage chat? Captain Furious, what's up? Right, to start off with in-game rules, obviously they can be found in, where's the channel? I've lost the channel. Where is it? Why can't I find it? Where's the channel? Oh my god. I'm losing it. You got kicked for not being here, but well, if you were kicked, that means that you weren't, that you didn't react when we asked you to do an action. Oh, I can't. I can't see the channel that says guidelines. What is going on? Game guide. There we go. Right. Game rules. What does it say? Uh-oh, Courtney's back. I hear her running over. Right. Right. So, obviously, the game rules, I'm just reading this from the document that's available for all of you to have. It, misuse of power. So don't misuse your power, including tool abuse, gate abuse, and radio spamming. So that does include firearms usage. So if you were to shoot someone who's unarmed in an SRP server, that is tool abuse. So if you were to say Jar Jar here is authorized, and I go up to him and say, "Hey, you can't be marked as green," and I put it onto blue, that's tool abuse. Can't do that. Common sense. Don't be disrespectful. Don't pretend to be staff. That does include, I should say, anyone who is caught wearing an events team uniform who is not events team. That's staff impersonation. Someone's done it before. It was not a good day for them. Do not wear it. You can do us a favor, to be honest, and if you see it on sale, tell me, and I will shout at James to take it off sale. Please do not wear events uniforms. Please do not wear any type of uniform that says staff on it if you are not a staff member. If you don't find it very funny, we're not going to listen to you. We're not going to listen to your story behind it. Mac, I feel every time, if you were to wear that, every single time Data would shoot you down. Jar Jar, can you keep an eye on stage chat for me and answer it? To become staff, go to the channel in the server called Become Staff, and then make an application to the recruitment server. Next, AFK grinding. So AFK grinding for money or XP is not permitted in any way, shape, or form. So that includes standing around on police team in a corner, not doing anything. That includes grinding money or XP in like in the RP servers when they haven't got anyone in. Although it doesn't include public servers. If you want to go into a small public server and get money, that's fine. According to Inne, that's fine. Obviously, Roblox terms of service. Being AFK is different. That's fine. It's only if you're XP grinding and stuff like that. So, Roblox TOS. Obviously, this goes beyond just Eurotunnel. If you're found to be breaching Roblox terms of service, we kind of have to do something about it. So, for who is that? Oh.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's just me.
Oh, okay. In small scale servers, no, not XP grind. In to smuggle in smaller servers is fine. Not XP grind in smaller servers. XP grinding in overall is banned. Gold, move a bit so you don't get kicked for being AFK. Perfect. So obviously Bears. How dare you? Any kind of Roblox TOS will just mean that you'll get perm banned because kind of don't have a choice in it. Drug role plays, perm banned. Terrorism, perm banned. It's not funny, guys. We don't find it very funny. Just don't do it. You don't want to spend Robux and spend time playing a game just to get perm banned. You can roleplay as Walmart if you so please. I don't think goes against TOS. In the roleplay servers and the mod hosted servers, Tom, which account is you, by the way? What? Like what? I'm the only one talking on stage at the moment. I'm the one with a police avatar, with a police outfit of me and Kit. This is me standing in front of you. Me, the team leader. Hideo. I don't have a HK. So for roleplay servers and mod hosted servers, we have the new life rule. So any information you have, raids are not illegal. The only thing is, I'll come to that in a second actually. So in roleplay servers and in mod hosted servers, if you die, your character also dies. So if you had a grudge against a police officer and you got arrested or that you died, then you can't then roleplay that you still have that grudge because you're onto a new life. Proper user contraband. So randomly killing police on site, vehicle ramming. It is down to the moderation. No, cheeky. You need to have a proper reason behind the grudge. You can't just wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to kill this cop. You got to have a reason behind it. You can die, yes, that's completely fine, and respawn, yes, but you can't include any of the information you knew beforehand. It's kind of tricky to explain. Baron. I mean, Luminous, don't worry too much because, to be honest, you can't open the server again, so they can listen along in Discord, but that's that. Sorry, Inno just messaged me. Kind of scary. Can you have a grudge against a civilian and go out your way to murder them in cold blood? It's context. Depends on the context, to be honest. Like when you're upset at someone, Courtney. Okay. Teaching Courtney English. Realistic avatars. Have a realistic avatar at all times in the RP servers. So no wings, no unrealistic skin tones. You must have a head on, which is something I see quite often when people are wearing some fake headless. Yeah, I don't know what the big thing is with the green beans. Yes, Mac, you can. It's team abuse, so they can get warned for it. The other thing in the mod hosted server is if you are to use raid tools, which includes the Juggernaut, the Molotov, or the pipe bombs, you have to ask. So it's either me, Data, Ed, Unasked, Jar Jar over here, Ben, or Mako. They're the only people you can ask to have it authorized. I said Ben, didn't I? Yeah, you can ask Ben as well. Because we have to be able to authorize the usage of a raid tool. You can still shoot at the border. That's fine. You don't have to ask permission for that. But be prepared if one of us comes up to you and says, "Can you not do this right now?" Okay. If one of us comes up to you and says, "Can you not do this right now?" then you do need to stop, and it shouldn't interrupt other people's role plays. Bez, I wasn't telling you off. I didn't really know what you were doing. Um. So in general, common sense, no misuse of power, no breaching Roblox terms of service, no lane blocking, no sorry, follow new life rule. Sorry, I have hiccups. Realistic avatars, appropriate use of force. Right. That's kind of game rules. Messaging me is like makes my heart skip a bit. I'm like, oh god. Oh, okay. It's not bad. I don't know. I'll respond to that guy's message later. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep an eye on it in case you guys are messaging and asking something. Right. What is up next? I'm losing my grip. I can't find. Oh, I'm going insane. Use of force. Right. Use of force. So we're gonna play a little game with this. If someone has no weapon but is acting aggressively, what's reasonable use of force? Put it in chat, like in game chat. What's a reasonable use of force to use against them if they're just acting? They have no weapon, but they're acting impolitely or they're acting rudely. So yes, very much. Taser is very much on the aggressive end and the higher use of force end. But yes, beanbag shotgun could be used, but that has to be authorized by control before you can use that. Baton, yes. Bez, yes. Baton, that's an option. So yeah, they're obviously your first. What's a baton? Oh, a gun. A blicky is a gun, Courtney. Oh my. Yeah, Reiko, get your cones down. That'll scare him. Yes. If you wouldn't mind muting it for me. There you go. Yes. Always try to verbally calm them down, de-escalate the situation. If the situation continues to escalate, it's I would understand if you start to use taser or baton or stuff like that. But obviously, it has to be reasonable. Now, if someone was coming at you with a knife, what is a reasonable use of force? Taser, taser, taser. Yes, for firearms officers, technically a firearm would be used. A knife, Bez. Superintendent, that is extremely graphic, but yes, obviously unarmed officers, you're going to want to use a taser. Armed officers, you could use a firearm. Assistant commissioner move and chief superintendent move and supervisor move. Anyone who starts getting the NTAFK or the AFK shield, keep moving. And right, for unarmed officers only this time, if someone was coming at you with a gun, what would your first port of call to be for unarmed officers only? Unarmed officers. Bingo, Bez. Bingo. Get the hell out of there. You don't have a firearm on you. You haven't got the things you need to deal with that threat. Get out of there and get armed back up. any questions for use of force? Yes, Alex, moonwalk away. Be like Michael Jackson. Questions on use of force? Any questions? Julie Lort, yes. And Barat Munga. You are allowed to use the taser if someone trespasses, yes. Yeah, I'll come up that way in a second. And Barat Munga, what was your question? Yes, you can perform kind of tactical maneuvers with a vehicle, yes. Also, I should say, technically, I think Inno said it was okay if you have a vehicle coming at us, or a vehicle coming at you, right? You are allowed to use a firearm because in reality that's like a 2-ton weapon. Molotov, yes, because it threatens your life. That would be a firearm or the taser or anything like that. Who was the other person who had a question? Oh, yes. I mean, you could, but it won't do much. I don't think they really have fistfights coded into the game. Sorry about that. Any other questions? No. Okay, MacWolf. I'll just recommend you to the IOPC now. Don't even worry. Right, how to properly handle primary and secondary. Alright, time for me to screen share. So, I think you should be able to see my screen share. Right. Who's board? Luminous, do me a favor and get rid of this border supervisor car, and Jar Jar, go get your vehicle. Thank you. Right. If you guys want to gather round at primary, around this gate, but just make sure that Jar Jar's got space to come in, and I've got space to kind of walk around in here and show you guys what I'm talking about. So, Jar Jar, is your name based on the Star Wars thing, like Jar Jar Binks?
What? No. No, it is not.
That or Darth Jar Jar. Says
If I was
cheeky Buka.
if I was going for Star Wars, I would name it after like a kick-ass stormtrooper or something else like that.
Okay. Could we come off the gate, please? Because I'm going to need to open the gate. Okay, out the way, guys. Out the way, guys. I don't want you getting hit. Right. Guys, out the way. So, we've got a vehicle coming up. First thing I'm going to ask is for them to step out the vehicle. And then I'm going to ask them to present their passport. Lovely. So they presented me their passport. And within V1, we still haven't got the option to view the passport. However, we'll just do this for now. So then, So then next thing we're going to do is ask what their reason for travel is. So what is your reason for travel, Jar Jar? For working, lovely. Have you got any other passengers in the vehicle? And have you got anything you'd like to declare? Seeing as this is taking longer, I thought he was about to tell me. If you look inside of here, you can see that there's actually a little post-it which says the different things you need to ask. So, reason for travel, illegal items, passengers, and identification. So, some people may argue with you, however, it is completely right that if a civilian comes along here, you are happy with their answers, they can be marked as green. That is completely allowed. they would then travel through the authorized gate. However, for this sake, Jar Jar, I don't trust Jar Jar, so I've said that I want him to travel through to secondary. So I'd open the gate, someone, so we're not all closing it, and then he'll continue on to secondary. So close up the gate again, and now everybody, let's do a quick little field trip over to secondary. Oh yeah, Mac, would you mind opening the gates for him? Oh, I ran out of stamina. So those first two gates don't really matter if they're left open too much, as it's not really an issue. The only ones that need to remain closed is this one here and that far one. So when the vehicle comes up, you'd ask them, whoever's car that is, Lumi, could you delete it, please? So when you're up here, you'd ask them to go to a specific bay, so bays 1 through 6, and then they'd be asked to exit the vehicle. You'd ask them to follow you, and they'd come into the area. Barat Munga, could you please leave it? You'd ask them to, guys, watch out. You'd ask them to step into the scanner.
Oh my god, it's an ass!
And the scanner says that they have a knife on them, gun license, and a passport. As long as everything's in order, as long as everything's ticked, you'll continue on and mark them as green. And then they can be let out of that gate. Luminous, don't worry about deleting the car because it's unasked. I thought it was a random person who spawned a car. Guys, one person do the barrier. Right. Mac, what do you mean? Mac. Right. Do people want to try out in both areas, or are you guys all happy with the way primary secondary is handled?
Let's try.
You'd like to do it. You'd like to do it. Oh, we'll do it then. So can everyone? How many are there? 1, 2. Anyone who's not staff, can you come over to me? Right.
I'm here.
Yeah, thank you, Courtney. Right, I'm just going to count how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Courtney, stop running around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, but I'm not stacked right now.
Can 7 of you stay at secondary, and can the other 8 or whatever of you, can you go over to primary? Any staff members, including Courtney, because you've done this 100 times over, could you please go on a civilian team and get some cars and go through primary? Yeah, it's like undercover boss, Alex. King Arthur, could you go on civ team and get some cars for me and just come through? Thank you. Unasked, could you supervise secondary if I supervise primary, please? I'm talking, Alex. Me. Standing in front of you. Pizzy, no, just pretend you're a police officer. Bez, yeah, Bez, if you're happy with it, I know you're wanting to do something like video-wise, so yeah, you're more than welcome to. Okay, Raiko and anyone else at secondary, get ready for some vehicles to come in, and everyone at primary, get ready for some vehicles to come in. Raiko, that's nice. I know you're not the staff member. If you wouldn't mind standing around at secondary waiting for some civilians to come in.
Alright, I'm back with part 2.
Courtney, I will sort that after Let me do the training, and then I'll talk to you after. So, next thing up is how jurisdiction. Oh, this is quick. So, I don't. Who put it on lockdown?
I believe that was Courtney.
Stop flashing your light. Go line up. Thank you. Right, basically, jurisdiction. Police officers have full jurisdiction in the entirety of the map. Police officers should not be arresting anyone within the civilian spawn because it's capped as spawn camping. They shouldn't be camping trains or arresting people in France. If you are in a pursuit, and it continues into France, you can make an arrest. Yes, there is a safe zone, but if you have a pursuit that continues into France, you are allowed to make the arrest still. That is okay. All good? Everyone understand that? Any questions about where police officers can and can't be?
Fix the power.
No, you're not, because it would come under lane blocking, and you need permission from moderation, and then even then, it'd probably be something that events set up. Yes, Barat, what's up? Raiko, if you just go to the Discord and go to Become the Staff, you can look at it. You can pull people over for speeding. Section 136 of the Road Traffic Act. If they don't start with the initial phase pursuit, which I can go through at a different time. We can go through IPP, ask for advanced TPAC drivers and stuff like that, and then do that in a roleplay sense. Why have I got so much work to do when I'm doing this? What is going on? Right. So, any other questions on jurisdiction or anything like that? Could you please stop changing the border status? Oh, I can stop screen sharing now. Any other questions on it? Yes, Julie? Jar Jar, I'll come off you in a second. I mean, yes, you can arrest people. In France, you can arrest them, but only if you've already pursued them into. You have to have pursued them beforehand. And when I say pursue, I mean like for a good minute or so. Like for a little while before. Right, lovely. Any other questions? NHS should own. I'll come to you in a second, Cheeky. NHS should only really be helping with medical stuff. They shouldn't really be opening gates. They can do it, but it should be mainly police and border supervisors and RMP that should really be doing that. Border supervisors not as much either, but they can. Cheeky, what was your question? Correct, yes. As long as you've got a reason behind it, just obviously there is a safe zone. We can't answer questions on V2 because we don't know as really that much either. Yeah, just remember where the safe zones are, but just as long as you've got a reason. Like if I have a pursuit, put it in the suggestions channel, we can't handle them. If you have a pursuit, say, and you manage to T-pack them outside of civilian spawn, that's completely fine. Or you manage to pursue them and they crash into civilian spawn, that's absolutely fine. Right. Any other questions? Oh. While I have a drink, I'll answer that. What's your question, Elias? They're the exact same. They have the same powers as a constable, and the jurisdiction is the same. Lovely. Right. What's up next? Laws as a roleplay topic. Okay, where's my document? So basically, I'm gonna rattle off a load of laws. Shout at me if you don't understand what I'm saying. It does sound very fancy, but I will explain the ones that are. Thank you, Honest. I will explain the ones that are a bit less obvious. So you can write them down. I'll put the documents into. Actually, I probably won't, but you can write down the ones you want. So, Criminal Justice Act, 1988. Offence of having an article with a blade or point in a public place, section 139. Actually, I'll screen share this document as well. Right. Offence of threatening with a blade or point or offensive weapon, section 139A. We're not going to legalise kidnapping the French. Firearms Act 1968, weapons subject to general prohibition, such as the M249, the Tommy gun. Section 5, possession of a firearm with intent to injure. Section 16, possession of a firearm with intent to cause fear or violence. Section 16A. So if you threaten someone with it, that's what you'd arrest them for. Use of a firearm to resist arrest. Section 17. Carrying a firearm in a public place. Section 19. Civilian at any point is walking along here and like pulls out a Glock. It is an offence that is arrestable in roleplay. In public servers, they don't have to roleplay it. However, in roleplay servers they should. They should roleplay an arrest, because otherwise it's FRP. And yes, Hule or Jule. As in during an arrest. Oh, hi, Luminous. Like during an arrest, do you have to tell them the section and law and that? So during an arrest, no, you do not have to. You don't have to, like say the actual section. If you go before a custody sergeant, however, you would need to tell them the actual section. Luminous, am I right on that? The custody sergeant has to know the actual law.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah, there you go. So the custody sergeant needs to know the law, however, you don't particularly when you make the arrest. So if I was to arrest someone for suspicion of murder, I can just say that. However, if I went to the custody sergeant, I'd have to go up to him and say they've been arrested under whatever it is, offences against person act, whatever. Section 1, is it section 1, something like that? I don't know. But yeah, you don't have to. I don't know why I've been standing in front of the wrong guy, but yeah. Do you understand that? Huh? Sorry, what? Who said that? Right. So then Trespassing with a firearm, section 20. So if anyone was to trespass like through the back gate or anything like that, and they had a firearm, you could charge them with that. Offences against the Person Act, threats to kill, section 16. Shooting or attempting to shoot or wounding with intent to do grievous bodily harm, section 18. Assault, section 41. Police Act 1996, assaults on constables, section 89. Resisting or willfully obstructing a constable in the execution of their duties, so obstructing, section 89B. Police Reform Act, vehicles using a manner causing alarm, distress, or annoyance, section 59. So, say have you guys ever sometimes seen people like doing donuts up at the top in that parking area? Yeah, I'll go with yeah, but that could be a vehicle causing annoyance or distress. So that's section 59. Prevention of Crimes Act, the offence of threatening with an offensive weapon in public, section 1A. You'll notice a lot of different acts cover the same kind of crime multiple times. And you just got to find the one that fits the best. Public Order Act, Violent Disorder, section 2. Fear or provocation of violence, section 4. Intentional harassment, alarm, or distress, section 4A. Road Traffic Act, dangerous driving, section 2. Driving without a valid license, section 87. Speeding, section 89. Failing to stop for police, section 163, subsection 3. And the power to stop vehicles, section 163. The Explosives Act 1888, detonating explosive device, that does not go for Molotovs. They're not classed as an explosive. Serious Organised Crime and Policing Act 2005, trespassing on a protected site, section 128. That's personally what I use for people trespassing. However, you could probably use aggravated trespassing, but it depends on the reason they trespass. And then for smuggling, Customs and Excise Management Act 1979, fraudulent evasion of duty, section 170. Is there any other law? Is there any other crimes that you guys would like to know the law to? Yes, Julie? So trespass, I said was section, I think it was 128 or something. Let me bring it back up. I forget it so quickly. Yeah, so section 128 of the Serious Organised Crime and Policing Act. There we go. That's personally what I use because from research, I found out that borders are counted as a restricted area, as a protected site, sorry. Lovely. Was there any other questions? If they don't remove them, Luminous just go. Was there a question up here? The one you have a question? I thought I heard someone ask. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm good. Yeah, next person put cones on gets kicked. I'm not sure what Molotovs classify that because as we couldn't work it out. Luminous, would you mind doing a little bit of research and finding out what they're classified as? I think it would,
sorry?
well, Molotovs, would you say come under arson? Because they're not.
It would, yeah.
Yeah, because they're not an explosive. But there you go, arson. But whatever the offence is for arson.
That would come under the Terrorism Act.
Oh, there you are. If you're going to arrest someone, maybe don't arrest them on the Terrorism Act if you TOS. But just be careful, guys. Just arrest them for the explosive. Just it's close enough. Right. Any other questions on it? If not, we get to go on to my favourite topic. No. Lovely. Right. I think we're on to stop and search now. Yes. Right. You'll are probably getting a little bit bored standing around listening to me, so I'm going to make this interactive. So, so on the line, if you're all standing on the line, step forward if you've been to one of these trainings before. If you've been to one of these trainings, step forward. Right, perfect. Anyone who's been to the trainings, Raiko, I don't think I've ever seen you at one, so just stay there. What a world-class pilot, have you been at one of these trainings before? Have you been at one of these before? He has, yeah. So you guys are not allowed to answer this question because you all know the answer. So you guys come stand over here. Right. To everybody else who has not been to one of these trainings before, do any of you know the acronym used for when a person is being stop searched? Does anybody know the acronym? Does anyone know the acronym for stop and search? Right, no, that's good. That means I can go through it. So, basically, oh, that's annoying. Lunas, you can't do staff announcements. That's fine. Bingo! Go wisely. Go wisely is what you use. So, go wisely. If you're looking at the document, I don't want you to answer it. Does anybody know what G stands for? Grounds. Yes. So what are your grounds for the stop and search? So say you've seen them out with a firearm in public, or you've had an intelligence report to say that they might have a firearm. That's your grounds. That's your legal reason you're allowed to stop them. So we've done G. So now O. What do you think O might be? No, so that is I and S. So that's identify and station. Object. Yes, object. So what's the object that you're looking for? So if you're stopping them to try search for a gun, then you're looking for a firearm. If you're looking for an omelette, bang on. If you're searching them for a knife, then obviously your object is going to be a knife. So we've done G and O. We've done I and S. So I and S is identifying station. We've got W, E, L, and Y. What do you think these are for? What do you think you? Yeah, W is for warrant. So if you're in plain clothes, you have to show your warrant card to prove you are a police officer. If you're in kit, you do have to offer to show them your warrant card. Yeah, entitlement as well. E, so you're entitled to a copy of the search record for up to 3 months from any police station. So we've done W and E now. Now we've got L and Y. Does anybody have any idea what L and Y could stand for? The legal power that you're stopping them? Bang on. So, in Eurotunnel, you're only going to use 2 laws to allow for a stop search. Section 1 of PACE and Section 47 of the Firearms Act. Those are the only 2 you're allowed to use. The other one used in actual day-to-day policing is Section 23 of the Misuse of Drugs Act. However, as we talked about earlier, that does breach TOS, and so please don't do it. So, Section 1 of PACE allows you to search for like bladed articles, stolen items. We'll go over that. That's again got its own other acronym. Messy, that is my job. And then does anyone know what Y stands for? It is the most important one. Y is the most important one. Because if you don't say this, they can walk off at any time. You are, yeah, there you go. You got it together, guys. Well done. You're detained. The first thing you should say, as soon as you go up to them, say you're detained. They can't walk off. So, Jar Jar, stand here. If Jar Jar was walking towards me and I said, all right, I'm going to search you, he can just walk straight off. He doesn't have to stop. But, turn around, Jar Jar. If I was to walk up to him and say, Jar Jar, you're detained for the purposes of a search, if he now leaves, I can arrest him. So you're detained is the most important one. So we've got go wisely. We've got grounds, object, warrant, identify, station, entitlement, law, and you're detained. You don't have to do them in that order. So usually I'd say, well, Jar Jar, come here. Come here, Jar Jar. I'll go through it as if I go it. So, and I'll go through it slowly because then you guys can hear when I go through each one. So, Jar Jar, you are detained for the purposes of a search. You do. So there you go. We've got Y. So I've told him he's detained, right? So we've got Y. What should I say next? What should I say next? I'm not a teacher. Yes. So reason is what I do next. So you're detained for the purposes of search because we've got an intelligence report to say that a person matching your description is carrying a firearm. So there's my grounds. There's the grounds for the arrest. Oh, sorry, the grounds for the stop and search. Yep. So then next thing I'd say is what I'm looking for. So Jar Jar, on you, I'm looking for a firearm. I'm looking for an imitation firearm. I'm looking for ammunition. Or sorry, well, no, I'd only really be looking for a firearm. Right. So we've got grounds, we've got objects, and we've got you're detained. Next, I'd probably tell him who I was. So my name is PC8483 Tom from Eurotunnel Police Station. So I've done INS. So I've now identified myself and I've identified which station I'm from. The law today I'm using to detain you is Section 47 of the Firearms Act. Do you understand that? So then we go. We've given them the law that they're detained on. And then I'm going to tell them what they're entitled to. So you're entitled to a copy of the search record for up to 3 months from any police station in the county. And then, or Lunas, is it county or is it country?
Country.
Oh, there you are then. Any police station in the country. And then I'd offered to show my warrant card. Jar Jar, would you like to see my warrant card? Yeah. There you go. So I've then gone through that and then I search him. Usually you do it in sections. So you do top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, whatever section you want to go in. It just means that you don't miss anything. So with SOAP, so SOAP is the next acronym. So SOAP is used for Section 1 of PACE. So it's used to tell you what different things you can use Section 1 of PACE to search for. So, anyone have any guesses? Stolen objects, perfect. So stolen objects, stolen property goes under S, yes. So O, offensive weapons, yes. A, yep. So anyway, yes. Articles made or used for theft or burglary, or pointed or bladed articles. Anyway, so yes, stolen property, offensive weapons, articles made or used for theft or burglary, or pointed or bladed articles for soap. And then for Firearms Act, there isn't exactly there isn't an acronym for it, but you can but for the under the Firearms Act, you can search someone for a firearm, an imitation firearm, ammunition, or firearm parts. Am I right? Am I right, Lunas? For parts of a firearm?
Sorry, say that again.
The Firearms Act for ammunition, imitation firearms, a firearm, or is it parts of a firearm as well? Something you could use to make one.
Yeah, that'll fall under the Firearm Act.
Yeah, so there you go. Jog HS. So police officers can do 3 types of searches. They can do a public search, a more secluded search, and then a search at a police station, which if you role play, I will personally make sure data bans you because that's disgusting. So the only 2 searches you can do in Eurotunnel is a public search or a more secluded search. A public search, you can ask them to remove dog. I'm referring to a strip search, cheeky, but never do that in Eurotunnel because that is disgusting. During a public search, a police officer can ask you to remove your jackets. So if you have multiple jackets on, they can ask you to remove all of them. Any outer clothing, so if you have multiple t-shirts on or multiple jumpers, they can ask you to remove that. That does also include balaclavas and gloves. They can ask you to remove any gloves you have on. They cannot ask you to remove a hat or your shoes. In a more secluded place, for example, a shop dressing room, the back of a police van, anything like that, they can also then ask you to remove your hat, which includes any religious headwear, although that is down to the officer's discretion. And they can ask you to remove your shoes. If you're trying to disguise your figure or something like that, you may have multiple t-shirts on, multiple jumpers to make yourself seem larger than you actually are. Raiko, probably about 30 odd minutes. Any questions on stop and search? No questions on stop and search? Stop and search is usually a big one. It's usually quite a controversial topic too. That's all I have to say to you. So stop an account isn't a stop and search. So stop an account is the ability for a constable to ask anyone on the street to answer some questions. However, unless they say that you're detained for it, if they don't have any reason, then you can just refuse to answer and walk off. If they've detained you to do that, then you do have to answer. Right. Any questions on stop and search in themselves? In itself, sorry. No. Lovely. Makes my life easy. Unless there's any questions in stage chat. Can I moonwalk away? No, you can't moonwalk away. Data is doing something important. What would I do if a guy told me to change my skin color? It depends on the skin color. If it's a realistic color, then you're fine. However, if it is an unrealistic skin tone, then they've got every right to refuse you. Right. Yeah, move a bit. I believe he's saying in a racist context. Well, to be honest, if he's saying it in a racist context, I really don't want to hear it because I had a random guy come up to me the other day and start asking me my political views while I was in uniform, so I just walked off. No, I haven't, but I've just finished on stop and search. So, all right. Next thing, arresting procedures. Yeah, I like this man, right, came up to me. I was standing there in full uniform. In real life, you can make a complaint to the IOBC, or if it's in Eurotunnel, they can make a complaint. Yes, Jar Jar? What, Jar Jar? You just said my name, then ran away. What do you want? Oh, I'm glad I'm not. I'm quite glad I'm not there. You don't worry. They're not going to stop search you for playing with your Lego. It's okay. Don't worry. They stopped search you for playing with Lego. Oh, sorry, mate. Right. Arresting procedures. Mac, you can fall back in now. It's fine. And world class pilot. They stop such other people for playing with Lego. Right. Arresting procedures. So basically, what do you need to go through when you're arresting someone? So there are three main things you need to go through, and one optional thing you can go through when you're making an arrest. Does anyone know what they are? So the time, yes, the time of the arrest is important. That is also something you tell the custody sergeant. Why they're being arrested, yes, again, something you'd have to tell the custody sergeant. Yeah, offences, a reason. So section 32, I presume you're referring to section 32 of PACE, which is the ability for a constable to search upon arrest. However, that is something that is done after, but I mean in terms of telling them about the arrest. There's one big, massive thing that's really important when you make an arrest that you have to say. The really long message that you have to say. There starts with a C. Yeah, right. That'll do. The caution. Does anyone know the caution? Right. Matt, come up here. Right. Stand in front of everyone and recite the caution. There you go. No reading off a document, or I'll beat you. Good. No, no, don't go through the whole thing. Don't go through the whole thing. Just the caution. Just the caution. Yeah. Sorry, I was having a drink. My bad. I thought you were going to go through that a whole lot slower. Anyway, yes, that's correct. So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned. Something may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. And then, do you understand? So that's the when caution. It's a bit of niche knowledge. You really don't have to know it. But if you're questioning someone, the caution changes ever so slightly to you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now something you may later rely on in court. Anything you do may be given evidence because you're about to begin the caution. You're about to begin the questioning. Yes, Barat. So whilst is Luminous still here? Luminous, you still here? Yes. Oh, they're deafened. Ugh. Right. So basically, it is absolutely okay. Well, I wouldn't say it's okay. Um, during an arrest, if you do not state the caution, it does not invalidate the arrest. It just means that anything they say after that cannot be used in court until they are cautioned. So it doesn't invalidate it. It just means that they can't be taught. They can't be thingy. Did you say we could all skate on? No, no, you can't. Um, so yeah, basically, happy, stand here. Turn your tag off so I don't set a bad example. There we go. So I come up to a civilian and they are arrested. Okay, they're now in office. They're now in cuffs. So the time is now 5:35, and I'm arresting you for possession of an illegal for a Section 5 firearm and for having a firearm in a public place. There you go. Not the exact words, but you don't have to say that for the arrest. You only have to give them the section and law and that for the custody sergeant. So you do not have to say anything that may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something may later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. And do you understand? Lomi, I've got your username down. I'll make sure Harry gets you that XP. Lovely. So, yeah, and then you'd be taken to the custody suite. Hi, happy. You can go back now. Put your tag back on. And basically, yeah, that that's the arrest. I just need to ping Data and ask him to hop back in. Right. Courtney, go back. Yes, at the end, if Data doesn't shoot you. Oh, okay. Oops. Sorry. Right. What was the last thing? And proper use of firearms. So, Courtney, go line back up. So, proper use of firearms. Kind of ties in with earlier about use of force. So, you should only be using a firearm if your life or someone else's life is in a direct threat. So, Happy right now, even though he's wanted, he's not threatening my life. So to use this firearm would be not just against SRP rules, but is also against the law. It would be classed as murder. Stop shooting. It would be classed as murder. So, but now, right, I'd have more authority because he's now taken out a firearm, and whilst he's not pointing at me, just holding it down isn't a direct threat to my life. I'll take questions after I've done this. So, no. So now I would be able to raise my firearm and give commands such as like drop the gun, armed police get down, kind of thing. As soon as Happy points that gun at me, I'm in fear for my life. I can take a shot. As soon as he points that firearm at me. So in real life, firearms officers take one shot, then reconsider whether that shot has had the necessary effect they wanted. So has that one shot taken the suspect to the ground? Are they still a threat? Yes. Yes, they're still a threat. Is there reasonable force for another shot? No, there's not reasonable force. Okay, maybe we want to start looking at being a taser or something like that.
There's two types of shots to answer your question: critical and conventional. A conventional shot would be something like the chest, however, not the heart, as that's critical, or technically the arms or legs, but you'd want to avoid shooting them as it's quite easy, especially at long distance, to miss and to hit someone behind. I realise I did just hit you, Happy. If the criminal started shooting, then you've obviously got reasonable use of force to use your gun back.
But then when it comes to critical shots, they'll need to be authorized by the operational firearms commander above.
Exactly. So any critical shots, so that is the heart or the head, have to be authorized by an OFC, either in the command room or on scene, depending on the situation. Is there anything else with firearms? You can patrol like this. Firearms officers do obviously patrol with guns. Only about 5 minutes, Rico. They do obviously patrol with firearms. Whoever's just ran off, if you could come back. They do patrol with firearms. You're more than welcome to walk around like this. But yeah, I mean, it's not something we're really going to enforce. However, you know, if you've got an avatar like this, which is just one of the normal local policing vests, in a realistic sense, you shouldn't be carrying a firearm. If you've got one of the CTSFO vests or what I've got, like an NCA vest with obvious, clear firearm stuff on them, then you can wear one. You can carry one. But it's not something we're going to enforce. It's just, you know, having that kind of realism, especially in the roleplay servers and stuff like that. Who had a question down here during the firearms demo? Was it you? Yeah. What was your question?
That would be a moderation issue. You need to
No,
make a ticket
completely,
for the
yeah,
moderation team.
completely illegal, and that is tool abuse. So that would be a moderation issue, as Data said. Can you go in the isolation box? What is that?
That's not an isolation box.
That is a firearms declaration point. Anyway, can everyone go line back up so that we can get your names?
Otherwise, you're just not going to receive your XP. Or Data will gun you down. Pilot. Right. So, are there any other questions, or we'll just start taking names down? Data, could you answer questions while I get names?
Yes. Other questions in terms of policing or whatever you got?
Mac Wolf, what team? Okay. Ryko, what team? Ryko, what team?
In roleplay terms, probably, but it's completely down to them if they want to use it or not. We're not going to force them to use them. It's just there for display most of the time. But if people want to use them for roleplay, then fantastic. We don't mind at all, really.
Okay. Once I've said your name, I've got your username and you're good to go. So Mac Wolf and Ryko, I've got both of yours. Cheeky, what team would you like your XP on? Please. Bez, which one would you like your XP on? Which team would you like your XP on, Bez? Police. And Messi, which team would you like your XP on? Police. Police. And IEZTRA. police. Let me just get names. World class pilot. What team? World class pilot. Yeah, MP. Oh, so you'd like it on board as supervisor? Yep. MQQ. What team would you like it on? Police. Gold. What team would you like it on? Police. Otikifi. What team would you like it on? Police. Courtney. Police. Order Sherman. Channel link. Okay. Courtney, you are weird. Barat, what team would you like it on? Yeah, what team would you like the XP added to? You're gonna get 50 extra XP. What team would you like it on? Police. And police. Anthony, police. Channel link. As weird as weird as Courtney. Yep. You want it on board a supervisor? Yeah, gotcha. Happy. What team? Huh? Police. Jar Jar team. NHS. CST or CET, Ryko? Data. I'll make sure Harry puts some XP onto Channel Link for you. Don't worry. We'll get you to head of Channel Link director for your security. Data. What team do you want it on? Do you want me to put it on police for you, or what do you want? Okay, it's going on Channel Link then, right? Okay, fine. I don't. Not that you've ever been on RMP. Right. I'm gonna call your names real quick. If I don't say your name, can you shout at me? Okay. Mac Wolf, Ryko, Cheeky, Bez, Messi, Alex, Iestra, World Class, MQQGNI, Gold Doom, Otikifi, Courtney, Barat, Hizzy, and the rest of the staff. Did I not say anyone else? Yes, Bez, I got yours on police. Is there anyone I've missed? Ryko, I've said you. Nope, no one I've missed. Data. I know what you want to. I know what you want to do.
Well, I know what I want to do.
I know what you want to do to the big group of people.
Oh, have we finished now?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
They're all hiding behind the ticket booth at lane 4.
Like I've had my fun now. I'll close the server.
Thank you for attending, everybody. You'll get whatever you've got from it, plus whatever you've got from just standing there. Where's
Okay.
Harry? Harry.
Have you sent it over to Harry?
I am just putting it into his DMs now.
It may take, depending on what he's